Hey, how's it going? So, I want to make this very, very quick video about... Because I thought to myself, you know, if you play maybe Wild Rift, you can 1v5 in League of Legends, right? And so, you see, because I have images in my head of this. So this is me, I was leveling up an account. I played Jax because Jax can 1v5. And I literally 1v5. This is their entire team. I'll look at my kills. 30 kills, 233 farm. And look at my entire team. 0, 9, 117, 112, 1-5. And I won the game alone. Okay? So look. And I took the Baron myself. Right? Like right now I don't understand that I can just kill them basically. But look, this is their entire team. Do you see? So I just 1v5 in literal sense, alright? So, this was like as a Jax, alright? Maybe I can make, I think that's the highest quality. Yeah. I was using a different recorder back then. Now, so in my mind, I had this image of, you know, oh, I can do that. Oh, the video quality is actually better right now. Oh, no, it's not. It just becomes shite. But I mean, you see, like, you have this image. This could probably go to Synapse or whatever, you know, where they have highlights. I mean, I literally destroyed the entire team alone with one Jax. Now, why is this impossible in your games, right? Because you're probably playing... These guys are complete amateurs. If you look at their summoners, they don't know what they're doing. If you look at the runes, this is like... I think I'm level 3 or level 4 in here. This is literally my second game on a leveling up account. So I finished whatever it was like. Tutorial, you get level 3. I played one game, I bought Jax, and then this is my second game, right? So I was able to do whatever the hell I want on the whole map. Alright, I don't even remember, I was laning against, I think, it was Riven or something like that, I don't remember who it was, right? But I could just murder, because they don't know what they were doing. I could run around, take the jungle camps, and look at the level difference, right? I'm level 18, right? The max they have is level 13. So I'm 5 levels ahead, with a Baron buff. Alright, at this point... Honestly, the team, and I'm already on full items with a pot, whatever it's called, not refillable. What is it called? You can drink it, elixir, like with an elixir. So this is max level Jax, max level possible, right? So, and again, you have to factor in these guys do not know what they're doing. They literally do not know what they're doing. Right, and all of them are auto-attackers, when you think about it, right? Nasus auto-attacker, Warwick auto-attacker, Irelia auto-attacker, Riven auto-attacker, right? Misfortune auto-attacker, Nasus, same shit, right? So, you see what drives me crazy is that people are using this instance as an example that you can actually 1v5 in League of Legends, right? You have to understand... In League of Legends, there are two sides, right? There are two sides. There is your skill. So this is like your skill. Okay? And, which is probably more, I'd say probably even more important, is your enemy a feeder, right? Or low skill. Is your enemy low skill? Low skill, right? Because you see, when you're playing against low skill players, everything is going to work. You can go crit Darius and pull off something like this. It doesn't mean that crit Darius can 1v5. It means you're playing against low skill players, right? Now, you would say, oh, look, I saw some... Who would be like a Jax main? I think TF Blade is a Jax main, right? Uli is a Jax main. So let's say, oh, I saw Uli do that in a Platinum game. Okay, so let's break down the Platinum level MMR, right? People in Platinum MMR do play champions that they simply do not know how to play. Is it true or false? Of course it's true, right? So they are still low skill, okay? They're still low skill. So his badge says, I'm a Platinum player, Platinum 3, but he could be playing ADC for the first time. And if you play enough games, we're talking, I mean, think about League of Legends, how many players are playing every day, how many games are happening per day. Statistically speaking, you're gonna get into a game where Uli is playing Jax in a Platinum where he is smurfing, right? And the enemy has all 5 players, first timing the champion, or out of field, right? So, you will see something like this happen in the Platinum game. Again, is that going to be consistent? Does that mean that every single game you can log in and do that? No, because if I play Nasus against Jax, Jax is in trouble because Nasus, in my opinion, absolutely hard counters Jax, right? Because I played against multiple Jaxes, I played one-on-one against Jaxes as Nasus. It's too easy to kite the Jax with your W. It's just way, way, way too easy. Because Jax relies on his E, and you can just slow him and walk away. You also have to remember your range, when you ult, is significantly longer than his W damage. So the only source of damage, he can't even damage you, right, if you ult. Because you're gonna Q him, walk away, Q him, walk away, Q him, walk away, and that's pretty much it. He can't really do anything. Of course, he's gonna stun you one time, but I mean, there is really not much you can do. I mean, with his... Okay, he's gonna hit you twice with the W. I mean, to Nasus, like on equal items, Nasus doesn't give a shit, right? And the ult duration of Nasus is longer than Jax. And Jax need items, right? So it's a very steep. It's very hard for Jax to beat Nasus, I think. Maybe if Jax is like super good, it could be a different story. But based on my experience, I played against like Diamond, Master Jaxes, whatever, Platinum Jaxes. Like Nasus just hard counters that champ. Right. Because like also the build path of Nasus is very anti-Jax. Because Jax, what does he like to do? He likes to stack a bit of health. Nasus likes Divine Sunder. Jax needs attack speed. Nasus builds Frozen Heart. Jax is a mixed damage dealer. Nasus likes to build Gargoyle Plate, right? Because it gives you both resistances, right? So I mean, everything Nasus builds is usually anti-Jax, right? So, like, Nasus can heal, Jax cannot heal. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, it's a big problem for Jax. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is, next time you think to yourself, and if you have your vision in the head, that you are going to do this to the enemy team, because you saw some kind of streamer or Synapse or YouTube showing you that this is possible, right? Just remember that this is possible against low skill players, right? And if you are in loser's queue, right? If you're in loser's queue, so we'll call it loser's queue, right? The enemy team most likely are going to be competent. They're going to be high skill players, right? So how does loser's queue normally function? In loser's queue, low skill players are on your side, right? So there is like 4 of them, and you, Okay, so you are the Superman. You have to carry them. And there's gonna be like high players, probably 5 of them. I wouldn't say they're like super good, I'd say maybe medium to high difficulty, right? So this is like medium to high difficulty, right? So this shit is not gonna work against medium to high level players. Because they will know when Jax E's, walk away, right? They will know that, right? But these guys are just literally standing in your E or attacking you. They also know that you have to remember that a lot of damage that I dealt in here is because when I was Eing, the enemy was like 5 men attacking me. So you know that Jax's E like accumulates damage, and as soon as your E ends, you release all that damage. So the reason why Riven got one-shotted in here is because, you see, they are attacking me. You see the problem, like. So I E in here, you see? Right now I'm Eing, and they are all attacking me. So my next E, so my next W after E ends is gonna do like 2000 damage probably. So look, you see? Boom. My E ended, and Riven just died, right? Because they attacked me. Because they are incompetent players. They are low skill players. So I'm trying to basically tell you that I know you're gonna watch some kind of Synapse video, some kind of streamer who is going to play gold for whatever reason, right? And you're gonna run into this and you're gonna be like, oh my god, it's actually possible to 1v5. No. In League of Legends, it's not possible to 1v5. You are dealing with low skill players. And this is not gonna happen every single game. Because once you get placed into loser's queue, those players are gonna be on your team, and a version of you are gonna be on the enemy team. And they are gonna be doing this to your team. Do you understand? So there's gonna be a version of you on the enemy team playing against your teammates who are low skill, and they are gonna be 1v5ing, right? And a lot of the times you cannot do anything because you'll be like level 14 and their Jax is on 6 items with Baron buff, with all the Drakes and with Elixir, and he is going to absolutely one-shot you. There is absolutely nothing you can do against it. Unless you're like Tryndamere, you can run away with your ult because you can't be killed, right? Other than that, Kha'Zix, whatever, Fiora, Talon, Draven, they are simply going to one-shot you. And that's it. There is nothing you can do against it. Okay? Because you have to remember, we need to think about game balance. Okay? Just let's talk about game balance, right? Let's put maybe, I don't know, whatever. Let's put like 28 in here. So think about game balance, right? There is no champion. There is no champion in the game that can beat, let's say, on 5 kills, can 1v4 20 kill team with Drakes. That champion does not exist in League of Legends. Does not exist. I repeat this again. Does not exist. Why? Because the game balance does not allow it. The only champion I can think of that can get close to this is Nasus, right? Because Nasus is very, very gold efficient champion, right? He can be behind, right? He can have, I don't know, he can go 0-3, but because he can stack, and because once he reaches level 9, his ult is level 2, he becomes an absolute beast. You can't really kill him, like you can't really deal with him, you can only kind of stop him, prevent him from reaching a certain point. Now, weaknesses of Nasus, right? He is single champion damage dealer, right? So if there is like giga fed support and giga fed ADC, he can only target one champion. So one of the problems I had with Nasus, this is why I don't think he's very useful, is because if their bot lane has Draven and Brand, right, and they are both giga fed, you can only single target either Draven or Brand. So if you go after Draven, Brand is gonna murder you, right? Because his percentage damage is just way too high, and you are you are immobile champion. It's very easy for them to hit their abilities, because once you ult, you're like humongous, and your the number of pixels you take up on the map is very big. I mean, when Nasus ults, I mean, he's huge. It's very hard to miss abilities on him, right? So you're gonna get bursted by Brand. If you go after Brand, Draven is gonna burst you, right? So there's no way to do this, right? Because if there was a way to do it, that champion would be banned. He would be banned, right? I mean, long time ago, Jax could have done it, Xing Zhao could have done it, but now banning system, you have to remember. Now you also have to remember this game 2019, right? This was 3 years ago, and this was when jungle camps gave correct experience. Now if you're a laner, you go take the jungle camp, you don't get experience, right? Because you have to have smite item or whatever it's called. You have to have smite, so you get the correct experience. So in here, you see, even this in today league is not going to happen, because I will not be able to reach level 18 so quickly, right? Because how did I do this? I murdered Riven, right? I bought the I bought the T-mat. It's old T-mat, right? And I was able to just literally run around the whole map, clear like camps, and just get extremely ahead, right? And then I would just meet Riven, I'd kill her, I take all the jungle, I kill the jungler, right? Because look at his items. I mean, what the hell is he building? I was literally one-tapping him, right? So that's not gonna happen. This is not gonna happen in League of Legends. This is fake. You can think about it as fake, right? So again, you will say, oh, I saw whatever, some kind of pro player in Challenger, right? He did this thing with Nidalee or whatever, right? You have to remember, again, you can get to Challenger, right, at certain points in season just by spamming games, right? That's one point. So the players, bottom line, what I'm trying to say is, you're watching a pro player beating up incompetent players. That's what you're watching, okay? This is why I always go to streams when they say they are good, you know, like pro players. I tell them, I want you to do this versus me, right? Versus me. I'm gonna pick a champion that I know, which is gonna be Tryndamere. Let's go one-on-one. And I want you to get fed on me, right? Because I know I doubt he will even beat me one-on-one, right? Not to mention getting fed, right? Because I already beat 2 professional players. And one of them had the decency to write to me that my champion heals too much while playing Fiora. So I'll just leave it at that, right? Plays Fiora and says my champion heals too much. Professional player. Anyway, right? Because you see, what is the problem in here? Incompetent players, the feeders, right? That's the problem. So I know I'm very competent and skilled player in League, right? So I want to know how Faker, how Twist TF Blade is going to go up against me and do that, okay? It's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen, right? So that's what I'm saying is, most of the videos you're watching, most of the images you have in your head about League of Legends where you're carrying the game, you're probably playing against incompetent players. And that's it. So just be aware that next time you get an urge, you want to sit down, you want to download League of Legends, there is a new champion, you saw some kind of YouTube video that says, oh my god, this champion is so broken. He just 1v9s, easy. Okay, you have to remember, most of those guys make fake YouTube videos, right? That's one. Second of all, they're probably playing on PBE. Third of all, even if that champion does exist, right, it's not going to be for a long time. And right? And finally, you have to remember that in loser's queue, in loser's queue, your champion is not gonna save you. Believe me when I tell you this, alright? Believe me. We already have video of Uli, right? He is Jax. Like, we literally have a video on my channel where Uli is fed Jax, but his entire team is 0-27. And I promise you, right? You won't be able to do that, right? Because competent players will not fall behind in levels so much. It's not gonna happen, right? Even if you look at like gold in here, look at their gold, right? They're not farming really well. In a proper game, you would have Aurelia with equal farm to me, and she would be equal level. Aurelia alone for Jax could be a problem. I'm not saying she is, but she could be, right? And I mean, look at this, like 30 minutes, 68 farm Riven. That's what I'm telling you. Next time you watch some kind of YouTube video, dude, look at who are they playing against. That's the most important, okay? And don't install League, okay? If you uninstalled it, do not, under any circumstances, install this game, okay? Because I understand you watched the YouTube video. That's what I'm showing you, like I'm telling you, right? You watched the YouTube video, you saw this, your eyes light up, and you're like, oh my god, Challenger baby, 1 month, here it comes. All I have to do is practice Jax, get fed, easy life, easy, right? No, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, dude. Already tried. I personally already tried Jax on a Rus server. Rus server is like super easy. It's like extremely easy server. And I'm telling you, you still lose games in bronze because the players are on your team, because there are not a lot of players, the skill difference of team is so vast, it's insane. You could, like, when I was playing in bronze, having 0-20 Yasuo is kind of like almost every game. It's just so standard. And I promise you, if that Yasuo is on the enemy team, they will have some kind of Fiora on the enemy team who's gonna be as fed as you and probably a level ahead of you. So it's gonna be difficult for you, right? So if you have League uninstalled, do not install it, okay? Watch streams instead, play something else. Take care.